So this is stage 2 of my mixing process, which is the editing stage. So you can see we've arranged it nice and neatly. And now we can start getting into editing before we start the mixing. So I quite like putting things on the grid. So we'll start with the drums. So what you do is you highlight all your drums, go to the mixer, put them in a group where you see this here, empty box, look, group. Click on that and then new group. And you can name this drums. And then we want the settings. So what's really important on this is we need editing selected, quantize locked, and that's it. You want to turn off the volume because we don't want to be turning them all up and down at the same time. With editing and quantize locked in place, that means if we move the kick drum, for example, all the rest of the drums is going to move along with it, which is vital, because if you just start moving things about, you get yourself into a right muddle. So we're back in here now, and then all these tracks are in a group, so they'll have a cue come up to them now. So we'll turn that off, apart from the kick and the snare, because what that cue means, that's what's going to guide the rest of the tracks. Logic's going to use the kick and the snare to move the transients of the overheads a little bit. Right, so now we've selected our kick and our snare with the cue. We want to go up here to flex time. And I always find slicing works best for drums. So highlight all your drums and select slicing, then it will analyze the transients for you. And then you can zoom in on this kick, so it should be bang on, but it's slightly early. You can see this is bang on, this is slightly early. So just drag that and then watch all the other drums snap with it. And then you can go through and check the rest of them one by one. It usually does a pretty good job, but you can go through and check them and then slide them along. And then that's your drums in time of your click. And that principle works if you want to do it on the guitars, you want to do it on the cellos, but I won't go through all of it because it will take too long. And we can turn flex off now. It just doesn't turn it off, but it just stops showing it. So flex time the drums. Next thing I like to do is get rid of any dead air, which is all this stuff here. You can see at the beginning because the drums don't come in till second verse. So we can chop all this out. Move that cymbal swell up there, then I can just chop all this out using the marquee tool. So I have my marquee tool in the middle, so I just press command and the marquee tool comes into action, and then I do that, get rid of all that. I didn't want to get rid of that cymbal. Okay, so it's because they're still in a group, so it's deleting everything. So you go back to your mixer and you can take them out of the group now. Now I've taken them out of the group because we've edited them. I can do that and delete them separately. And that's all dead air as well. So I like to go through a lot of the tracks with the marquee tool now, getting rid of all the dead air. The main reason I like to do this is because you know, instead of seeing big long regions, you can just see the little bit that's actually got audio in it. And then you can, you know when the verse comes in, let now. And then the chorus comes in there. And be very careful not to go too close because you don't want to cut off the end of the word or anything. You can do more detailed job later. This is just to sort of make shapes so you can see where everything is. The cellos come in and out, so there's lots of gaps in between them. Again, this is quite painstaking, but it just makes for such a smoother mix when you're in the flow. And also, by the way, if you cut it off a bit too short or something, you just highlight it, go down the bottom and you can drag it. The top will loop it and the bottom of the region just drags it back. Because this is all non-destructive editing that we're doing. So you're not actually doing any damage to the audio, just making it look nicer. See what I mean? Looks great now. You can instantly see this is the verse vocal, this is the chorus vocal. Acoustics come in here, drums come in here, bass comes in there, cellos in, cellos out, do you know what I mean? And a good thing to do is once you've cut something, is put a fade on it using the fade tool up here. Just drag it like that, and then that will save any pops or clicks that you've created by cutting. And you need to do that on everything.